letting my kids be raised by their father without me. I'm 32 years old and a mother to 3 wonderful children, ages 12, 10, and 6. For the past 7 years, I've been raising them mostly on my own. My relationship with their father ended some time ago, and while I had hoped things would improve after the separation, they've only gotten worse. It's been a constant struggle, one that has left me mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted. Every day feels like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I never imagined that I would find myself in this situation, where I feel like I'm at my breaking point, wishing for some space, some peace. I met their father when I was younger, and we started our life together with high hopes and dreams. The first few years were relatively easy, and we built a family together. But as time went on, I began to notice cracks in our relationship. His lack of responsibility and support became more apparent. He was never there to help with the children or the household responsibilities. It wasn't long before I found myself doing everything, working, caring for the kids, managing the household. Even when I tried to ask for help, he would deflect or gaslight me, making me feel as though my needs were unreasonable. The more I asked for help, the more I was met with silence or manipulation. Eventually, the strain became too much, and we separated. I had hoped that things would improve, that I would be able to breathe again and find a balance, but that didn't happen. The reality was far from what I had imagined. Not only was I raising the kids on my own, but I was also taking on the burden of being the sole provider. I enrolled in school, hoping to better myself and provide a better future for my children. I worked tirelessly to pursue my degree while working full-time. I juggled all the responsibilities of parenthood with the demands of school, all the while trying to keep my mental health intact. But the truth is, I'm struggling. I'm struggling in ways that I can't even put into words. I've poured everything into my children and into my work. I've sacrificed parts of myself to make sure they have what they need. I've given them everything: clothes, food, sports gear, and the occasional treat to make them smile. I've taken them to appointments, driven them to their activities, and made sure they always have what they need, even if it means I go without. I've put myself through so much, but there's only so much I can give before I run out. There are days when I feel like I'm drowning, days when I feel like I can't keep going. I've tried reaching out to my family, hoping they would offer some help, or at least some understanding. But time and time again, I've been met with indifference or advice that feels more like judgment. You'll get through it, they say, or just keep pushing forward. It's always the same response, no matter how much I share the weight of my struggles. Over time, I stopped asking for help, feeling as though I was a burden. It's as if no one truly understands how heavy this load is, how much I'm carrying on my own. Lately, I found myself thinking about leaving, about stepping away from the responsibilities that have consumed me. I've thought about moving across the country, starting fresh, and finding some space to heal. Part of me feels like I need a break, a chance to breathe, to get away from the never-ending demands of being a mother. But then I think about my kids. I think about how they would feel if I left. The guilt is overwhelming. How could I leave them behind? Especially when I've been the one to raise them all these years. I've been their constant, their rock. But what happens when I no longer have the strength to be that for them? In my darkest moments, I wonder if it would be better for them to be raised by their father. I know he isn't perfect, but at least they would have a stable presence in their lives. At least they wouldn't have to bear witness to my mental and emotional exhaustion. But then the guilt creeps in again. How could I possibly put that burden on them? How could I walk away from my children even for a little while to give myself a chance to heal? I'm not sure what the right answer is. Part of me feels like I'm failing them by even considering leaving, but another part of me knows that if I don't take a step back, I won't be able to keep going. I'm so tired of pretending that everything is okay. Tired of pretending that I'm strong when all I feel is broken. My heart aches every time I think about leaving, but I also know that if I stay in this state of constant exhaustion, I won't be the mother they need me to be. I won't be the person I need to be for myself. I feel torn between two conflicting desires. On one hand, I want to run away, to take a break, to just breathe for a while. On the other hand, I feel like I'm betraying my children by even thinking about it. I'm caught in a whirlwind of emotions, and every decision seems to come with an unbearable weight. The exhaustion is not just physical, it's mental and emotional. I don't know how much longer I can keep going at this pace, but I also don't know how to stop. I wonder if this is a feeling that other mothers experience, or if I'm alone in this. It seems like society expects mothers to be selfless, to sacrifice everything for their children. But what happens when we've given everything and have nothing left to give? What happens when we need a break, a moment to ourselves, but feel guilty for even considering it? I wish there was a clear answer, a way to find peace in the midst of this chaos. But for now, I'm just trying to survive each day, hoping that somehow, some way, I can find a path forward.